Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela and I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady. And as you can see, today the top is finally finished. So, I know it sounds a bit strange, but it's been a week of struggle with this one, isn't it? Mainly because I think I went after an intermediate, not an intermediate, a higher level top. When I was working with this one, and I would say I'm low intermediate, especially with clothing. I'm probably right down there at the bottom because I've only done a few items, and this is my third top, I think, or maybe even my second. I know I've made me mum a jumper that didn't fit too well. Yeah, so in the past I've made my mum a jumper. The arms didn't fit, but we don't talk about that. Okay, it's in the bottom of her cupboard hiding somewhere, and she opens it up and goes, "Ooh, Angie's made that for me," and then she closes the door again. She doesn't put it on, because if she puts it on, that means she'd have to wash it and it'd probably shrink even more. Right, so this is the second item of clothing, so I'm not by any way, shape or form a high level crocheter when it comes to clothing. I'm just a hobbyist, and let's have a go and hope for the best. Right, so let's kick my chair back and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, oh, as you can see, it's just been finished. Oh dear, right. So there we go there, that's your front. And there's the back. So of course, I haven't done any blocking with it or anything like that. Nothing. I've literally just finished it and then decided to jump on and show you it's finished. So for me, the amendments on this top happened to be around the neck, because of course I needed it wider because I've got a big bottom. So I needed it wider on the bottom half than my top half, because I've got a weird shape. I've got a sticky out belly and a sticky out bum to make sure I don't fall over, so I'm counterbalanced. So because of that, I needed more give around the stomach area, which is why it's a lot baggier on the top half. So to combat the fact that it was going to sit down here and just keep falling down, when I made the neckline, I followed along with the pattern where you were told to use a row of trebles, and then you would single a row of single, and on both of those rows, if I remember rightly, you just joined a couple of stitches on the corners. So for me, I did my row of trebles, and then I followed it with a row of half double crochet decreases. So it was all the way around. It was literally join two half doubles together and do it like that, and fingers crossed it would hold up enough, because my next option was, if that didn't work, I would have ended up putting some straps on to keep the top up, otherwise it would just keep falling down as I'm walking along. And it was the same on the sleeving area, I believe. It's just the pattern calls for just a single crochet going round. Did I do that? Oh no, I gave up by that point, yeah. Oh no, I haven't matched them. Oops. Okay, so one of them on one side has got the single crochet followed by a half double crochet all the way around, and on the other side it's just got the single crochet. So I'll be going back to finish it. So my top's not finished yet. Oh well, it looks alright to me, and it will get fixed, and it'll probably end up going up on the mannequin for a bit so that we can have a bit of a change in the background. Right, so as you know, to make this top I used the Papatya Sunday. Now this is colourway 03. The information and the link to the website where this yarn is sold, it will be in the description box below. Now I'm a sort of 16 to 18, and so I ended up using 3 cakes. But it was tight. It was going to be tight. It was either going to be 3 or 4, because I'm very finicky with my colour controlling. I like it to be colour controlled. If you're not too worried and you're one of these that likes to let the yarn do the freaking work instead of you having to sew in 50 million ends, then if you're doing a size 16 to 18, you're only going to need 3 cakes. If you're a fussy snot bag like me, you're going to need 4. But that was it's only my 4th ball. I've only used something like 8 grams out of it, because I thought, oh, I'll weigh up all the bits I've got left and see what I've got left, and it was literally, I've used 8 grams. So there isn't really a lot of difference. It is just really down to chopping and changing the yarns around for the colour matching. Right, so next item up, because of course you know it's been a productive week finally, or at least the last 48 hours anyway, is the poppy square. There is a link above now to the pattern that I've also put up for you. Right, so as you know, the poppy tutorial has just gone up, so that's one thing marked off the list, and my next one up, my next make with the tutorial will be for a scarf and hat set for a kid, with a little emblem on, so it will be unisex and you will be able to upsize it so that you can use the same emblem and the same patterns for an adult hat and scarf set as well. So if you really wanted, the whole family could be matching, including Granny and Grandad. Okay, so we've also finished my koala. This is little Kobo, I think he's called, but the new owner will be changing the name because they're cheeky like that. Now I've made him with the Aldi Aran yarn and a 4mm hook. Good old faithful. It might have been a 3.5. No, so 4. And for the stomach and the ear sections, I actually used the Peter Pan Precious Chunky, and I mixed that with a DK yarn. So I was running the 2 strands at the same time, so that it gave me the same thickness as the Aran weight. That was fun because, as you know, I've not used an eyelash yarn before, but it also meant it saved me having to sit there with the dog brush and brush it out. So that is the front of my little tie rag, and he's even got a fluffy tail. Okay, I sewed it on a bit wonky. It was meant to stick up at a point. It does if I squidge it, but yeah, so I'm pretty chuffed with the way he's come out, even down to his cheeky smile, and the new owner's gonna, I believe, is gonna like him as well. So that's him. Now the pattern for that is a YouTube tutorial. The link is now above, and there will also be a link in the description box as well. Now on that video, it is in a different language, so I had to do a bit of jiggery pokery, and I cheekily copied it down and stuck it through Google Translate. Then when it came up, of course, I had to do a little bit of problem solving and work out what was still increased, what was still decreased. But if you've done any amigurumi before, you'll know the general gist of it. It's a very simple pattern to follow, even if you don't have the lady's voice on. But be warned, in the video she tells everybody what to do, and then at the beginning of the row, and then we'll meet you back at the end of the row, like quite a lot of us do, just to save time so that the video's not 15 miles long. So because of that, there is a lot of stop starting, and it is a good idea to run the pattern alongside, like the written pattern alongside, so you know what you're doing. But other than that, the video itself was pretty good at working it out. The only issues I had myself was, of course, I didn't understand the language, and sort of putting it together at the end, because of the language barrier. That's all it was. But as long as you can work out when she counts between 1 and 5, and you can work it out like that, then you'll know how to stick the ears on, roughly where to put the eyes and things like that. It's, as I said, very self-explanatory, even though it's in a different language. Have fun with that one. There's your challenge. Now I've got a beautifully brilliant neighbour. She actually works in a second-hand bookstore that raises money for local charities. Now, because she knows I'm heavily into the crochet, she's started keeping an eye out for different crochet products coming into the like different books, pamphlets and things like that that are donated. And then she gives me a nudge and says, oh, we've got some coming, do you want them? Or do you want to have a look? Well, she did that again to me today. Last time she did it, it was a couple of pamphlets and books and magazines from like 20, 30 plus years ago. They were proper me Grandadam type patterns, which is brilliant because it's given me some ideas to look at and stitches that I haven't seen floating around on YouTube, which is really cool. So it means then that I can make something up with that stitch pattern for you all. So of course she's gone and done it to me again today. She messaged me and she sent me a picture saying, would you like these? Like, give you first dibs. There was a DVD in there. I had to refuse the DVD. We don't have a DVD player anymore. Not many, and I don't expect many people have anymore. But of course we haven't. So I was like, no, keep the DVD. I love the rest of them. So I've got myself a little collection here of books. We've got some from probably the 70s. There's oh, where was it? Oh, it's a sweater book. There we go. This one made me giggle. Was it this one? Yeah, this one made me and my friend giggle actually, because I was showing her as I was opening it up. So of course there's this one here. This is the crochet sweater book with over 30 original designer patterns by Sylvia Kosh. Now what tickled me was me and my friend were chatting, and I showed her a picture of it. Now there was the picture on the back. This one here, we couldn't help it. It reminded us of what Salt and Pepper wore in one of their music videos back in the early 90s. So I've got this horrible feeling I'll be making one of them for my bestie. So I'm just having a quick nose. Yeah, so I'm going to have a nose through these and see if there's anything there that maybe that might be a future project. There's some brilliant stuff. As I said, I'm going to nose through them, and if you're really interested, give me a nudge in the comments below and I'll just do us a separate video that shows you the different books, especially if I can find out where you can get a copy yourself from. That would probably be beneficial for you all. Right, so last time I'm gonna say it, Christmas in July fairies. If you're entering these competitions, please, 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 you need to make sure that you have got your subscriptions set to public, because if you haven't and your name gets called, we're going to pop on and we are not going to see you as one of our subscribers, which means that you won't win the ticket that will take you over to the big draw later on in the month. So please make sure you've done that. And if you're wondering, what is she going on about, Christmas in July fairies? Where have you been hiding? Have you been there with them pixies under the toadstools again? Do yourself a favour, jump on, watch my video that's labelled #Christmas in July. It will explain it all. It's a mega competition. You're going to have loads of fun, but you are very limited on your time. It finishes, the first part of it will finish between the 14th and the 15th of this month. And you need to get on and you need to go and visit all of the other fairies. Now in my video there is a link to Dana Wanderlust Creations playlist where she has every single video listed by the fairies. So go down those, check that you've done them all, make sure that you've liked, subscribed and added the message that any fairy wants you to add, so that it's all clear and that you can win. I'm really hopeful it's one of you guys, because there's still under 1,000 of us. Right, also a wicked bit of news, we have hit the 800, which is absolutely brilliant. 800 subscribers. I never thought we'd get here, so give me a couple of weeks, let the fairy things die down and let me get back into my pattern of getting my videos out regularly for you guys, and and just keep your eyes out. Right, so I'm going to head off now. I'm going to have a go at making that hat and scarf set for you all, because I've got to at least make a swatch so I know what I'm doing. And I will hopefully speak to you all very soon. So stay in, everyone, stay safe, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-ra for now. Right, so now to do your heading again. I am not going to put that in. That you have got your whatchamacallit not set to whatchamacallit so that I can see it, because like I can't remember it.